it's Jessie V. So I just thought of a super creepy story time today, and I cannot believe I hadn't thought of this before, but I'm glad I at least thought about it now because I can tell you guys. Are you ready? Today's story is about how my parrot used to talk to ghosts, and I know that's really creepy and weird, but I will explain in a second. Before I get into this though, I have a really exciting announcement. I'm actually so excited to tell you guys this, you don't even know. So, I am going to be in a web series, and I know that's probably shocking because can Jessie V act? I mean, I guess. I played a character called Frankie in this web series called Running with Violet, and Frankie is really sarcastic and sort of badass, and I don't know, her character was just so much fun to play. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this web series comes out February 13th. So if you don't want to miss any of the episodes, I will put a link to the Running with Violet YouTube channel down below. So if you want to see me act in this web series, in this amazing web series, definitely subscribe to Running with Violet down below. I mean, this show is gonna be absolutely insane, like in a good way. I'm so excited. February 13th is coming so soon, and I just can't wait to see how you guys react to it, what you think of it. So yeah, that was my exciting announcement, and yeah, it's coming out soon. Okay, so to this really weird story. When I was maybe in about grade 4, we started babysitting this parrot, and he was a parrot in the family, so he was like our parrot. It wasn't like a stranger's parrot. It belonged to my aunt and uncle. And the parrot was a cockatiel, I believe. Is that how you pronounce it, cockatiel? It's the ones with like the red cheeks, the really cute red cheeks, and a little like feather that sticks up. You guys know what I mean, right? I'll put a picture just in case you don't. But they're honestly like the cutest birds, and I remember as a kid, I used to say that she had makeup on all of the time because of the red cheeks. It looked like blush, but I'm also just super weird, so that could just be me. So we would babysit this bird. Her name was Beaky. We babysit her whenever my aunt and uncle went away on vacation because it's really hard to take birds places, right? And it probably would stress them out extremely. So we always volunteered to take this bird, and my aunt and uncle would always bring her over in like this giant white cage, and we'd put her in our hallway on the bottom floor. And it's important to note that this bird could talk. Beaky could talk, but she would only say a select amount of things, and she would only talk if you spoke to her first. So let me give you an example of things she would say. We would go to her and be like, "Who's a pretty bird?" And she'd be like, "Beaky's a pretty bird. Beaky's a pretty bird." So she would always say her name and that she's a pretty bird. That was like the thing she said. "Beaky's a pretty bird. Beaky's a pretty bird." And then the other thing she would do is she would kind of whistle a song. So if my dad would start whistling to her, she would whistle this tune. And it was kind of an eerie tune, to be honest with you. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it was a really like low sounding, drawn out like whistle that she would do. And she would walk around in circles on the top of her cage. And she would only do that song whenever my dad would whistle to her. So it would always have to be someone talking to her first, if you know what I mean. And the last thing she would say is, let's say we took her out of her cage and we put her like on top of it, or I don't know, like on the couch with us, or she just liked to walk around the house basically. Whenever we had to put her back into her cage, we'd be like, "Come on, it's time to go back, come on." And she would always repeat, "Come on. Come on." But those were like the 3 things she would do. Nothing else. I had never heard her say anything else until one night. And you guys know that I've had a lot of weird paranormal stuff happening in this house. I've done tons of story times on it. My parents know about it. My sister knows about it. My friends know about this house. Like, there's just something weird going on in this house. There's definitely sort of a presence here. So I remember one night we had put Beaky to bed, and basically she's in the hallway, like I said. We'd turn off all the lights downstairs, and we'd put this blanket over her cage. That's the way she liked to sleep. That's the way my aunt and uncle told us we were supposed to do it. And then we would go to bed, and she would basically be quiet like most of the nights. We never really heard her talk until this one night. I was up out of my bed going to get water, and I went to the top of the stairs, and I started hearing like a voice, like a whispering, you know what I mean? And for a second I was like, what the heck? Who is talking right now? And then I realized after listening for a little bit that it was Beaky, and it wasn't like her normal talk. Like, she talked pretty loudly. It was like she was purposely trying to talk super like quietly and almost whispering, and hearing a bird whisper is really scary. Like, look it up online somewhere. Birds whispering, it's just a very unsettling feeling you get, I think, when you hear that. And the thing was, I could not hear for the life of me what she was whispering. I just could not hear. And it was weird because she had only been able to say these 3 different sentences her whole entire life, but the whispering she was doing was like really long. It was like she was talking talking and talking and talking. So I was like, what the heck is going on? So I started slowly going down the steps, trying to be as quiet as possible because I knew if I made a really loud noise, she would stop talking. And I really wanted to hear what she was saying. So I went down the stairs slowly, and then of course, one of the steps made this giant sound, this like squeaking noise. So then of course she stops talking or whatever she's doing, right? And it's silent for like a good, like, I don't know, minute. And then I hear her go, shh, shh, like as if she's shushing something that she was talking to. I don't know, it was the creepiest thing in the world. And I went to go get water, and just out of curiosity, I thought that I would look under the blanket of her cage. So I went and did that, and literally guys, this bird, her face was pressed right against the cage where I opened it. Like, it was the scariest thing, and she was in the dark, and I just see this huge eyeball just staring at me. And I was like, no, this is not happening. So I went back upstairs, put my water in my room, and I waited like another 15 minutes or so, and that's when I heard her starting to talk again. And she was whispering, just talking about something. But every time I went down to check what it was, she would stop, and she'd be like, shh. So when my aunt and uncle went to pick her up, I asked them, I was like, does she ever whisper at night or talk to herself? And they were like, no, like never in her life has she done that. So I just thought that was super creepy, because the only time she would ever talk in the darkness by herself was at our house, in our hallway, by herself. So then we just started assuming that she was just talking to whatever ghost was in our house because, like, I don't know, pets have this sense. They know things, they can see things. And sure, maybe, I don't know, she was actually just talking to herself. Who knows? Birds are strange, let's be real. But I guess in our heads, we think that she was talking to a ghost, and maybe that's silly, but with everything that's happened here in this house, it's honestly not impossible. Like, to me at least. But yeah, I just thought I would bring this random story up because I thought of it and it was super creepy and I just had to tell it. But I hope you guys do have an awesome rest of your day, and if you have a parrot at home, be careful. But yeah, I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to Running with Violet down below. And until next time, bye!